Welcome back to Beating Lyme with Lativa, Lyme Disease Daily Diaries. I am dry fasting. I've been preparing the Dr. Filonov way, which Dr. Filonov, if you've been following my journey, and also welcome anyone new, anyone returning. Dr. Filonov is a Russian dry fasting expert that I found in Europe from Michelle Slatter's book called Starving to Hell in Siberia. So if you know, I personally, God made a way for me to go work with him, and I'm kind of just documenting the days. I wanted to do every day as I'm preparing for this dry fast. I have already done this before when I went to Europe to work with Dr. Filonov. However, just like think about any treatment, sometimes you need a few rounds. So I did one round. I did preparation last year in September 2025. And today is February 21st, 2026. And now I am fully preparing all over again to do these longer dry fasts. And what I wanted to do with these daily diaries, these daily dry fast diaries, I wanted to take you guys along the journey. However, the past week, I'm just basically doing the same things. I didn't want to be repetitive. I wanted to make daily update videos, but then I'm like, well, if I get on camera, I'm only going to be talking about the same things. So that's not bringing people much insight or value. However, 2 days ago, I did my second coffee enema within a span of a few days to each other. Those are not sexy or fun. Definitely need lube for that one. Just use some coconut oil. Come on, guys, let's have fun. Life shouldn't be so serious. And when your health took a hit, let's be playful. So yep. And I told my roommate and friend, I'm like, who needs coffee in a cup when you can put it in your butt? Please don't go try to perform a coffee enema until you understand what it is, why you're doing it. The point of it is to help the bile ducts to release bile, your liver, glutathione, and things like that. So there's a lot of benefits, and the whole part of the preparation before these longer dry fasts is just to open up all the detox pathways, get everything cleaning. So with that coffee enema, the very next day, which was yesterday, I ended up doing a colon cleanse with castor oil, ingestible castor oil, and fresh squeezed lemon. Holy shit. Literally, that was intense. The last time I performed this, it did nothing for me. This time I was like projectile shit out of my ass. Like, no shame, I'm me. So if you don't like how I explain or describe things, move on out of here, kid. But I did this colon cleanse, and now today I'm starting, it's supposed to be a 3 to 5 day water fast. So I had all these things in preparation leading up to this. There's a lot of preparation. So again, you're finding my channel. Please don't go try to attempt dry fasting on your own. There's a lot of preparation, and I'm not associate, I'm not affiliate. I'm always gonna recommend anyone to go directly to work with Dr. Filonov. That is the expert. He's been doing this for 40 years. However, I am going to be opening my books to take consultations. I'm working on a healing course right now, and also my own book. But anyways, let me get back to this. So doing all this in preparation, and I did liver colon cleanse with the castor oil was no joke. But for me, it hit much later. It took like 7 or 8 hours for it to full force, because for a few hours I just had so much stomach cramps and pain, and I'm not shitting. So I'm like, because that's the whole point, it's to clean out the colon naturally. I don't recommend colonics. I don't recommend doing anything like that. You're gonna mess up your gut flora, possibly get other infections. I don't recommend it. So this is a natural flush with plenty of amazing benefits, and you don't have harmful side effects. So like something like a colonic, I don't recommend that for many reasons. But holy shit, I mean, I was up for hours I just couldn't believe it took so long to finally kick in. Because at first I was just like, okay, I'm just in pain. I went to the bathroom a little bit, but I'm like, okay, nothing's happening. But it took like 7 or 8 hours for it to fully like move out of my system. And when I tell you, I was in the bathroom back to back to back to back, and I'm talking like, think of like projectile, like vomit out of your mouth, but this was out of my ass. And I mean, it just wouldn't stop. But let me tell you, I feel so much lighter today. Look, you guys, look at this flat stomach. Look at that. Yeah. Okay, I'm already petite and tiny, but in the midst of all of this, I had so many stomach gut issues that I looked pregnant and I wasn't. It was embarrassing because I'm petite and tiny, but my stomach was just bulging out. Like I looked 6 months pregnant. So did that, and now in the protocol I'm supposed to go into, it says a 1 to 2 day water fast in preparation leading up to the longer dry fast to just really help the liver toxins. And I'm also taking it with binders like sorbents right now. But holy shit, last night was intense with that liver colon cleanse. That was no joke. And then currently, like I said, this is my first day. So pretty much when I sleep, I wake up tomorrow at like 5 a.m. That'll be like 24 hours into this water fast. And I'm going to try to go up to 5 days. But again, I'm going to listen to my body. And when you're fasting, like listen to your body. Don't try to push it. So excuse me, I am pushing to go, I am pushing to try to go into 5-day water fast. But again, I'm listening to my body. Other than that, I feel, I can't really explain what I'm feeling in like my abdomen area. Like, let's see. Like, it just feels lighter, clearly. But it's like, I'm not even, like, I'm hungry, but I'm not. I can't really explain. I'm trying to find the words. Even right before the colon cleanse, like, I've actually been struggling a little bit with, like, hunger. And I'm not eating bad. I'm eating super clean and healthy, but I'm, like, overeating. And honestly, if you ask me, I think it's parasites and certain infections, in the body. I'm trying to pass and get out because it's like a ravenistic, like, hungry. Which signals to me parasites. But that has like calmed down. I have recently had some pretty serious kind of like detox herx reaction type stuff, especially at night. When I try to go to sleep and I doze off, I feel like my body's running like a hard motor. Like I wake up feeling like a sense of impending doom. But you have to understand, when you start these detoxes, you're stirring everything up. And prior, I was perfectly fine. I wasn't experiencing anything like this. So I am having some kind of weird to serious levels of severity detox reaction. It's just part of the detox. So because you're stirring the pot, think of like you had, clean water, and then down here at the bottom, you got all the dirt, and now it's being stirred up, to get it out of the system. So that has not been fun. I have not been falling asleep until like 6, 7, 8 a.m. in the morning after the sun is up, because it's like I can't sleep in the dark. And then I'll try to doze off. I'll be so exhausted, and I just wake up with just alarming sensations in my body that are not fun, and I feel better staying awake. So this is actually one aspect, but these were also symptoms I had the past few years when I was dealing with the health crisis. So I don't think it's all necessarily detox symptoms. How am I trying to articulate this? Majority of it is. Let me say that majority of these symptom flare-ups I'm having are definitely from detox. Well, yeah, because once I started the preparation, I was not having any of those symptoms. But now that I've started the preparation, so sorry, you guys, I'm kind of all over the place right now. Trying to think. Yeah, I don't know. That's my update for today. and I'm going to keep you guys posted. And I feel like check in when it's necessary, because basically each day right now, just this whole preparation to go into these longer dry fasts. A lot of the days look kind of similar, but then other days where I feel like I have more updates for you guys, I'm going to check in. And then once I'm actually in the dry fast, I plan to at least just do a daily like check-in, like, hey, just this is where I'm at, this is what I'm experiencing, this is what's happening. One thing I will tell you about dry fasting, I don't know which was harder, the suffering from Lyme, mold, long COVID, 18 plus running medical conditions, or dry fasting. I'm dead serious. This is not for the weak or the faint of heart. I'm serious. I don't know which one was harder, the dry fast or the suffering, because it's not a fun, easy process. Other people I've watched go through the dry fast and they seem like they handle it like a breeze. So again, everyone's journey is very different. But for me, in my personal experience, it was not fun or easy. But in my mind, you have to prepare so much, like physically, mentally, emotionally, because like it is probably, if you're thinking about this, it's not to scare you or deter you, because I would have to wait out in my mind. I'm like, okay, a few days of dry fasting, let's just say 6-7 days. 11 was like the max that Dr. Filonov recommended. But you know, in your mind, you have to prepare yourself, and I had to tell myself, like, okay, you're already in this deep. What's a few more days versus the rest of your life? Do you want to suffer and go through this challenge that's going to heal you over the next few days, or continue the suffering the rest of your life? Pick your heart, you know? So that's kind of been my mindset. And I think people just see it, and expectation versus reality. The reality of dry fasting is that it's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, next to the suffering with Lyme disease and all the medical diagnoses. So just be prepared. I'm not here to scare you. I'm just here to keep it real with you. And let's see, just my mind, you guys can tell I'm not exactly like grounded. That's why I'm trying to find the words to explain what I'm feeling or experiencing. I feel very light. I feel like my abdomen is like cleaning itself out. I don't necessarily feel grounded. I feel like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's not a good or a bad thing. It's not really neutral. Like I'm trying to find the words. I'm normally really good at communicating, expressing, articulating myself and what I'm experiencing. But yeah, so this is, and then basically once I wrap up this water fast, then I continue the preparation, and then I'm going to do a miniature dry fast, and then finish preparation. And then I go into my first, I'm going to aim for 7-day dry fast. And then break and exit that 7-day dry fast, but I'm going to listen to my body. I'm not going to push it. If my body says I need to exit, and then I'm going to refeed for like 2 to 3 weeks, and then I'm going to go into another 7-day dry fast. If I can push it longer, I'm going to do that. And then if you've seen my other videos, so that's going to be 2 big dry fasts back to back with refeeding in between. And then what I plan to do is just, after that second long dry fast, I'm going to just see how my body's doing and filling. And then within a month and a half, maybe a month, I'm going to go into another long dry fast. And if I can push to 9 or 11 days, that is my goal. But again, we're going to see how my body does, and just completely just clean house and just make sure I get the rest of the shit on my body. So that's my update. And I decided to pick this spot because you guys, look at my fabulous vision board. And actually right there where my finger is, that part of my vision board actually, well, hold on. There we go. I feel like the weatherman. right here, this whole shit. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. This right here. That is all my online brands and businesses that I'm just dreaming about. I'm gonna cry. I have so many dreams, goals, ambitions. I've always been very driven, and this health journey just threw a monkey wrench. And it's been a hard, fucked up journey. And I still find a way to be positive and optimistic. And it's almost like a devil and an angel, and like someone, the devil over here, like, why won't you break? And I'm like, I don't know, I can't. Like, not today, devil. Like, I had so many misdiagnoses and everything that comes, with, Lyme disease and the whole journey. And I just refused to believe that I would be stuck. I bring this up. Sorry, I'm all over the place, you guys. So this right here, that in particular, part of my vision board, I actually want to show you guys, because you just gotta see it. It says it's me creating, manifesting. Let's see. Okay, so, wow, still didn't. Okay, let's see. Okay, so if you guys can see, shit, right there. Come on, man. Okay, there we go. Oh my gosh. Hold on, you guys, sorry. I've got my camera on a tripod, and it's gonna be a bitch if I try to take this whole thing off right now. I'm not doing that. Okay, there we go. Class is in session. So as you can see right here, this was me bringing it in. My brand, Beating Lyme with Lativa, where I'm gonna offer consultations online, my healing course, and my book. And this is part of my vision board. That's my book right there. And just kind of, that's, my book signing, people taking my course, being on stages, speaking, building, my online brand, and most importantly, just getting it to the right people who need help. And it would be a dream come true to, for my content, my voice to be heard in really big rooms where I can make a really big difference to help end other people's suffering. Even RFJK, this Lyme disease roundtable discussion they just had, which is like, God's timing is crazy and perfect, because I'm like the journey I've been on, what I just went through, what I felt called to do, like I've always known I'd never be stuck. I knew there was a cure. And not today, devil, because I have a vision for my life that God has given me. And yes, I plan to be a mother, and I plan to be happy and healthy. And to do all of this, you gotta have energy and vitality. And the devil knows that. So no weapons formed against me shall prosper. And everything the devil throws at us for harm, God uses for good. So if you look at it that way, it's like everything I went through, there's a reason and purpose, because now I'm being positioned to help be a blessing and be the answer to many other people's prayers. And I'm asking God to put me, my voice, my journey, my testimony, in the faces of the right people. It'd be amazing to shake hands and be in the same room with, Robert Kennedy's and these, Lyme disease round, to just basically be a pioneer to the Lyme disease community in the way that it's so much needed, because there's so much misinformation. There's just to clear up and simplify everything. It doesn't have to be fucking confusing. It doesn't have to be, you don't need to go down rabbit holes and wormholes and bring more confusion and more frustration and no answers and no solutions and I'm here to can we just make it simple? Seriously, enough with the fear mongering. Just let's make it simple. This is the way. I paved the way. I didn't create it. I'm just here to show that there is another way. And there's not just hope, there's actual healing. But that's, it's gotta it comes with the right information, the right testing, the right treatments, the right approach. That's why I'm here. So, you guys, this is a tallow lip gloss that I got. Because I had to like completely clean up all cosmetics. I'm not using anything toxic or like chemical or stuff like that. Like, I got to change my shampoos, my conditioners, my deodorants, even my lip glosses. Like, I'm not even wearing makeup anymore. And I want to get dressed up and look sexy. It's okay. These braids, damn girl, these braids are fire. Girl, you looking fine. These braids. Okay. So that's my update for today. I would ask you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and also leave your comments down below. I'm going to do my best to get back to everyone's comments, answers, things like that. But I'm still in the midst of this journey, so I'm doing my best. But like, comment, share, subscribe, and please, please, please help me get my message out into the world to the right people. I've even been praying, like, God, like, let Justin Bieber find my content, like Justin Timberlake, Avril Lavigne, and I bring these celebrities up because they're Bella Hadid. These are people known. There's so many celebrities right now with Lyme disease. You think they're just in the woods getting tick bites? No, there's a lot more going on. I'll get into that in another video. Anyways,